You are watching Travel World Online.
The prominent travel fair of India, SATE, was inaugurated by Chief Guest Arvind Singh, Secretary, Tourism, Government of India, along with key dignitaries Dr. Abdullah Masoom, Minister of Tourism, Maldives, MP Baisbarua, former Secretary Tourism, Government of India and Secretary General, Hotel Association of India, Manak A. Dawar, Chairman, Service Export Promotion Council, and Jyoti Mayal, Vice Chairperson, Faith. Speaking at the inauguration of SATE, Dr. Abdullah Masoom, Tourism Minister, Maldives, said,
I wish to bring you warm greetings from the Maldives, and first of all let me thank SATE Informa for inviting me here. I also would like to thank the Indian government for the warm welcome given to me and my team on our arrival, and of course in the tourism recovery campaign of the Maldives. The Maldives travel trade has played a very important role in the recovery, but it's not only that. It is with Indian travel trade we were able to have our recovery. Today, I'm honored to listen to the speeches from the distinguished dignitaries here. The show must go on. Tourism must prevail, because we can't allow tourism to stop. Lives depend on that. Livelihoods depend on that. As Honorable MP just mentioned, for small destinations, small countries like Maldives, where we don't have a domestic economy, tourism is vital. That is why on July 15th, our President, His Excellency Ibrahim Musoli, decided to open the Maldivian borders when everybody else was closing. After opening, we have started moving, and today I can say that Maldives has almost recovered. Safety and security is the main concern. Maldives, by nature of our geography, has that setup. Small islands scattered across the ocean gives the social distance in that all of us are talking about today. Indian market has been very good to Maldives. I wish to thank Indian travel trade for making it possible. We are hopeful that at this stage, at this rate of growth, by end of this year, we will have over 300,000 Indian tourists in the Maldives. That will be a record for a single country to have such a huge number. Of course, value for money is still important. Time is important. That's why today when we consider travel packages, we should take those into consideration. I also represent South Asia in the UNWTO as the chair. Yesterday we had a crisis committee technical group meeting, and the dialogue, the talk is on. Show must go on. We must find a way. And today, as we open SATE, what do we see? We are coming back. We have found a way to move forward with a crisis. We spend over 1 year in front of the screen, but tourism is not that way. Tourism involves us to be meeting each other, and I'm so happy to see the activities here at SATE. Thank you for bringing the show, first of its kind after a year of closing, and I'm sure this is a good start. This is a good start. This will echo across the globe, and we will slowly start moving away from the virtual meetings to the real meetings where we do real networking. Tourism business cannot happen without meeting each other. I just would like to bring to your attention one very important point that many of us talk about. South Asia is beautiful. Why? Because irrespective of the e-developments, e-commerce, e-network that we are so familiar today, South Asia still maintains the human touch. Our tourism product has the human touch. Our hotels have people to welcome the guests. I think tourism, as we move on, that will be a trend for the South Asia. As for the Maldives, you normally hear of one airport, but we are making travel much easy. We have at the moment 4 international airports. What did this pandemic tell us? Point-to-point travel is the way forward. So we are going to have more charters from India to Maldives, from Delhi to Maldives. When we open the northern airport that we are opening, currently operating as international airport, but we have started the new development. Once it is there, it will cut travel time by 45 minutes. That's a lot. That's a lot of saved time. Maldives is next door. India is full of executives, intellectuals, IT people who work hard, doctors. They need a break. And the break is there, next door, Maldives. So we will have that point-to-point travel allowed, facilitated. Maldives, we are also, as Singh mentioned, we are starting our domestic tourism more, but many Maldivians love to come to India. So it's a big challenge we have. We have to encourage them to stay in the Maldives and travel inside the Maldives. Our tourism facilities are brilliant. We have got ultra luxury resorts to the things, the very small boutique hotels in the islands. Most of the resorts in the Maldives now have that little corner for vegetarian. The inter-Maldives connectivity is very good now. We have many smaller domestic airports and the state-of-the-art seaplane that everybody loves to have. One very beautiful thing that has happened this time is duration of stay has become longer. Maybe people don't like to the hassle of crossing the borders. So when they go to a place, they stay. I think that's something the travel trade should think on today. Be creative. Create the packages for people to stay at a place and do. Work away from your office is now possible. So Maldives is now being marketed as a destination where you can work away from your office. We wish to introduce 3V tourism. Visit, vaccinate, vacation. Once our population has got that one, that will be the next step we are working for. I am very honored to be here today. I am happy that travel trade is almost back on track. We are very happy that Indian government and Maldivian governments are working very close. The air bubble that was established, the travel trade relations we have with the Maldivian travel trade and Indian travel trade is very good. Thanks to the many Bollywood stars who have made the Instagram totally flood with Maldivian snaps. Thanks to the media for bringing the safety stories from the Maldives. We are here today to thank you. This is the first appearance that Maldives is doing. In fact, many of us are doing after the virtual platforms. I wish such a great success. We hope that more shows will continue. We hope the tourism business will boom. Tourism business will be geared to revive, reconnect after any hard time we have. Once again, thanks for giving me the opportunity and wish you a successful show and look forward to welcoming you in the Maldives. Thank you.
I need not say anything. The hum and the buzz outside this conference hall tells you all. And this is the story that encourages all of us. I first went to Kevadia, where the Association of Domestic Tour Operators did a physical presence. For the first time, a show with the 400 tour operators to emphasize on the revival and resurgence of domestic tourism. And I saw the figures of travelers who are coming to Kevadia in Gujarat. And over the weekend, the numbers when I had gone was about 10,000 every day on the weekends. Is the number of people who visit Kevadia. Then I had occasion to go to Kashmir, Srinagar and Gulmarg. And I saw the dynamism of the tourism sector there, how it is providing employment to local people, especially in Gulmarg, from the taxi operator to the motorcycle operator to the tea shop owner to the ski guides to the restaurant owners to the luxury hotel owners. All of them are enjoying the benefits of this great tourist season that they are having. So all this bodes very well. Definitely the dark clouds of the past, of the last calendar year, are behind us. 2020 was a bad year. All of us have talked about it. All of us have experienced it. But we are seeing the signs of revival in this calendar year 2021, which shows that there is a silver lining to the dark clouds that we saw. My compliments to Sate for organizing this great event. It is recognized as one of the leading travel and tourism exhibitions in the country. You conduct business, share knowledge, exchange ideas with all stakeholders, domestic and abroad, to arrive at innovative solutions. So my compliments for putting up this great show, which I'm sure will convey the message of the resurgence of the travel trade in the country.
As Dr. Manik Dawar said, travel and tourism is one of the leading service industries of India. It has become one of the largest foreign exchange earners for the country, and as per the WTTC, the tourism sector generated 194 billion or 6.8% of India's GDP in 2019 pre-COVID and contributed to 8% of its employment. So that shows the potential of the provision of local employment and contribution to the growth of not only the local and regional economies but to the national GDP as well. The success of India's approach and action in handling the COVID pandemic must be told to the world. Despite the constraints of health infrastructure, we have successfully been able to manage the pandemic with the support of our citizens. While controlling the pandemic at home, India has also helped other nations with medicines and vaccines to control the disease. And the world looks to us for direction regarding the vaccination program. We have emerged as the leader in the global efforts towards vaccination for COVID-19. Over 32 million people have already been vaccinated in the country, and we have been able to achieve this success largely due to visionary leadership of the current government led by Honorable Prime Minister. Taking the leadership role, India has sent millions of vaccine doses to different countries, friendly countries across the globe. As we try to recover from the impact of the pandemic, focusing on domestic tourism potential, encouraging fellow countrymen to explore their own country, taking a much needed break within their own borders will be a winning strategy for us. The Dekho Apna Desh campaign of the ministry is aimed at promoting domestic tourism, and through webinars and various other events and activities, we are trying to encourage and push domestic tourism. This new initiative of Dekho Apna Desh was launched in January 2020 to build awareness among India's citizens about the rich heritage and culture of the country and encourage domestic travel and tourism. Keeping in mind the logistical difficulties during the lockdown period, we organized a number of webinars which showcase the diverse culture, heritage, destinations and tourism products of India on the digital program. This program of webinars commenced last year during the lockdown, and a total number of 80 sessions have already been completed as part of the ongoing promotion. And we have also launched an online Dekho Apna Desh pledge and quiz on the MyGov.in web portal. Also, the Incredible India website has been launched in other languages as well, such as Chinese, Arabic and Spanish, to attract tourists from these countries. We intend to expand the reach of these languages so that the Incredible India website is available to citizens in various countries. There are a number of initiatives we took in this pandemic period. This includes the Incredible India Tourist Facilitator Certification Program, a learning program to expand the supply of guides and tourist service providers. We have tried to expand the national integrated database of the hospitality industry, NIDI, and also undertook an initiative called Sati
which is a system for assessment, awareness and training for the hospitality industry to ensure adherence with COVID-19 safety and hygiene protocols. We have also laid particular focus on rural tourism in this period. The Swadesh Darshan scheme, which was launched in 2016, seeks to develop tourism infrastructure, including last mile connectivity in the country. The rural circuit notably has been identified as one of the 15 thematic circuits for development under this scheme. We need to prepare, going ahead from here, as we see this conference, definitely there is a renewed interest in tourism. So we need to prepare for the future and to prepare our tourism service providers and our destinations for higher level of health and hygiene standards. As indicated by the Honorable Minister from Maldives, the kind of standards they have been able to establish. The Ministry has launched SATHI initiative to assist the industry in following the guidelines and SOPs issued by the Tourism Ministry and the Ministry of Health, and it is already operational for accommodation units, and we would soon start this for tour operators and attractions. In the post-COVID scenario, we can focus on India's ancient knowledge and wisdom on wellness, yoga and alternative medicine. The travel and tourism industry in India has this unique opportunity to benefit by popularizing yoga, wellness and other nature-based tourism activities. With these words, I conclude my address.
Fazlani Nature's Nest, a luxurious wellness retreat based in Lonavala, organized a roadshow for travel trade to showcase their offering of naturopathy and Ayurvedic treatments and therapies in the lap of nature. Two teams spoke to Mr. Hemant Baga, CEO Fazlani Resort. He said,
I've been with Fazlani Nature's Nest now for over 2 years. In fact, right from the time we've begun this property. It gives me great pleasure to be able to speak about this and introduce our property to you all. To give a little start, Fazlani Nature's Nest is actually the brainchild of the founder of the Fazlani group of companies, Dr. Abdul Qadir Fazlani. It's a very established, he's a founder of a very established business group from Bombay. It's a 9 decades old group, and they are in fact market leaders in many segments, in exports, in roses and in education. So this property or this initiative, you can say, was more like a vision or a brainchild of the founder, where he, with a very philanthropic attitude in his mind and keeping a lot of wellness in his attitude, he decided that he wanted to come up with an initiative in hospitality and wellness where we can look at holistic rejuvenation, holistic cure for the people. And that's how we combined hospitality and wellness into this initiative called Fazlani Nature's Nest.
So what are the amenities? What is the unique selling point of the property and how it is different from the other wellness resort that we have in the market?
Yeah. So Fazlani Nature's Nest is actually it's a very expansive sort of property. Let's start by the location. It's about 2.5 hours from Bombay and about 1 hour from Pune. This is from the airports, and it's very conveniently located from the highway itself, so there's no extremely rough rural terrain and all of that. It's very easy to reach the property, but it's completely away from the city life. The beauty of this property is that it is spread over 70 acres of pristine lake facing land. You've got all the hills surrounding you, and that sort of experience is what you actually come into when you come to the property. It's a very modern property in the sense of the amenities. 76 very modern rooms and suites is what we have. We've got restaurants, we've got a wellness restaurant, we've got a multi-cuisine restaurant, we've got a very, very well-endowed wellness center which is spread over almost 12,000 square feet, with covering all the various different types of therapies and cures and programs. We've got a very beautiful bird park where there's more than 200 different types of birds, which you can sort of just get the pleasure of spending your time around, ducks, geese and all of that. We've got amazing walkways, swimming pools, but one of the most attractive features of this property is actually a 21 horse stable that we've got. It's called the Stallion Castle. That's one of the most beautiful features of this property. We got these thoroughbreds and Rajasthani horses. Now these animals, they become a very important part of the programs of this property, because we've got something which no other wellness center or no other wellness property in India has, which is animal assisted therapies. Now this is actually therapies that you get where you derive the benefits out of it from interacting with animals. That's very unique. Aside from the therapies, aside from the wellness diet, aside from yoga, aside from meditation that we do, aside from a lot of natural beauty, we also have these programs which are very, very different from any other center.
So what do we have for mice? Do we do anything for mice and the corporates we have?
Oh yes, we've actually been, because we're now into our third year, I mean we're just starting our third year of operations, but we have a very well endowed conference hall. It's about 3,000 square feet of conference hall. All the modern technology is available in that. That's one. We've already had a lot of corporates, but what's different about our property is that we are an alcohol free property. We don't like to do programs where it's that typical kind of a night DJ and night party sort of thing. What we get is corporates who like to start the day with a session of yoga for all the participants, thereafter a nice hearty breakfast, then they'll have their program. They'll probably have half a day of conference or training or whatever their program objective is. After that they get into nature based activities, so they'll probably go for a tour of the organic farms. We've got the rose gardens, so they'll take a tour of the rose gardens, or they do horse riding, they'll do a bird park tour, so they'll do one of those things, and then you wrap it up with an early dinner where you could have some entertainment like karaoke and all of that, bonfire, karaoke and all that, and it's like a enjoy the whole day sort of experience. Yes.
What are your future plans like for the property?
So what we've been doing is that being only our third year, we're actually ramping up our wellness team, wellness offerings more and more. We are fine-tuning the product continuously. What we're also now doing is we've upgraded our wellness center. We've added more features to it. We've upgraded by adding a new restaurant, a new wellness restaurant that's dedicated towards pure wellness. We're also in the process of upgrading our rooms. We've got garden view rooms and we're adding more and more features to it. Yeah.
Lovely. So any message you want to give to all the travel agents who will be watching this, specifically travel agents?
Oh yes, absolutely. Now there are two approaches to this, for the travel trade. One is that we are always focused on wellness, which sells to, say, for example, to clientele from Europe and all of that. But I think that the market is now opening up to the domestic movement. Indians are discovering wellness. They are the ones who are really now waking up to the fact that you have to do immunity, you have to have your detox, you have to have your sugar control, you have to have your weight loss, you have to have your pain management, and you have to have your lifestyle issues like high blood pressure and all that in control. So I would say that this property is an excellent option both for the inbound movement but also for the domestic traveler, because we've kept our pricing such that we've not kept it prohibitively expensive, we've kept it extremely good value for money. Aside from that, what we've also done is that because it's like a very vast property with an amazing amount of features, once you come here, you're sort of inside the property like a destination, and that's really our proposition. It's like a destination property that we are trying to create over here.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. We are here to showcase Fazlani Nature's Nest from Lonavala. It's a fabulous wellness property which is very well located and very well connected from Mumbai and Pune. The wellness resort actually per se is very good with 7, 14 and 21 night programs. Once the guest checks in, from a 5 a.m. yoga to a strict Ayurveda diet, and we are definitely looking forward to promoting wellness tourism to this particular place. Wellness tourism is going to be on the rise now post-pandemic and post-COVID. We've come out with very specific immunity booster therapies where people can really focus on health. We feel health holidays is actually something which is going to be on the rise now, and health tourism is really going to do well. In fact, very well. If I can confidently say so, health tourism is going to be on the rise right up to 2023. There are some fantastic trends that are coming up within the country where we have wellness resorts opening all across from different locations, and we are looking at growing this segment in a very, very strong way.
On the sidelines of Sate, Ladakh Tourism organized Ladakh Evening at Hotel Oberoi.
go one way. So you can either go the red ocean, what I call is the red ocean way, where we go and compete with Rajasthan, Agra, we go and compete with Kerala, Tamil Nadu. But do we need to do that? Is Ladakh comparable to Agra? Is Ladakh comparable to Kerala, a tropical place? Then we decided to go explore a place like Ladakh in the country. 1.3 billion people need to visit a land which is totally unique, diverse, a different land. God created it and put it in the middle of this land for a purpose. And what we believe is Ladakh needs to look to the ocean way, which is to create its own market. We don't need to have any kind of competition with Manali or Srinagar in the middle of the summer. No, Ladakh is a different market.
You are watching